Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. And on my channel, you can learn a lot about self-development, women empowerment, and of course, growth and development in women in society. Today, we'll be touching on a very sensitive topic, but a topic that I feel deep in my heart that we need to discuss. Not only as women, but both gender, male and female, suffer with some kind of lack thereof of setting boundaries. So today we're going to touch on this topic, and I do hope that you will leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your views are on this topic and how you have dealt with it if you do feel like you're a victim of not setting any boundaries. So, hi guys, welcome back. So, today I want to talk about boundaries, setting them, how to deal with them. Well, if you're anything like me, I'm sure that there are times in your life where you've come across situations where you have not set any boundaries, or you have somehow gone against the principles of your boundaries and found yourself in a very anxious place, a place where you feel a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of remorse, maybe even a little bit of anger. But somehow or the other, you blame others for the way you feel, and you blame others for somehow taking advantage of the situation. Well, I'm here to tell you that we have got to discuss this the hard way. The fact that you feel that way when others impose on you is no one else's fault but your own. The reason I say this is because boundary setting is a very important part of life that we always seem to take for granted. At least most of us do, especially coming out of the Caribbean and with our culture and our upbringing. Boundary setting can be quite difficult for us. Well, the question we ask is, what are boundaries? Well, boundaries are the limits that we set with others, which indicate what we'll accept or what we find acceptable or unacceptable in their behaviors towards us. An awareness of what we expect from others, what we will tolerate and allow. And it's not in any ways meant to shut people out of your lives, but it's there to show self-worth and self-respect, and just to let people be aware of what you accept and don't accept from them. Because relationships are a big part of our lives as human beings, setting boundaries and healthy boundaries is very, very important. You see, when we do not set boundaries in our lives, we tend to somehow or the other come into disrupt in our relationships. And I mean all types of relationships here. I mean, it can be a friendship, it can be a relationship with a partner, it can be a relationship with your family. All in all, we need to set boundaries, healthy boundaries, in order to have good relationships. Because when we don't set boundaries, we end up having a lot of difficulties in our relationships due to misunderstanding and that feeling of one person or the other feeling like they've been taken advantage of. So it's very important to set those boundaries from the very start. However, if you are someone like me who is only just starting to set proper boundaries, you would find that you would be getting a little bit of pushback from people who assume that, all of a sudden you've changed, you're not a nice person anymore, you know, things like this. And this is where the problem comes in. Now, I've been in situations before where I've set my boundaries, but sometimes it depends on the relationship with the person. It becomes rather difficult for me to set those boundaries. However, where other people are concerned, I'm quite happy setting those boundaries and putting it out there. But those people that I'm setting these boundaries with are not very happy. And you will get that sometimes, but that is okay. At least at the end of the day, you can be sure that once you set those boundaries and you have put in place violations for people who disrupt those boundaries or cross the line, so to speak, then you would find that you get a lot more respect out of others. You either get respect or you get lack of a friendship. And in that case, if they cannot respect you, it's better not to have them as a friend to begin with. Sometimes, ladies, people will try to push the envelope to see how far they can go. Well, let me tell you this. If you have drawn the line, you have got to be strong and stand your grounds and let people know where to get off. If they cross those lines, you have to set in place violations to let them know that, listen, if this happens again, I may or may not forgive you. Maybe you've forgotten. But if it happens more than 2 occasions, I will have to cut you loose. And be stern, be serious about it. And you don't have to be a grouch, you don't have to be grumpy or aggressive or swear, but you just need to be firm on your decision. That's why some people dishonor boundaries. And the reason that people don't honor boundaries are, let's see, well, the very first one would be that because we didn't set any boundaries. So a lot of times we don't set boundaries and we leave ourselves in a very vulnerable position to be taken advantage of. As an entertainer, I can tell you that it is very important to set boundaries out in public, with your family as well, with your friends, with your loved ones, with your partner. Particularly as an entertainer, I have found that I have to set boundaries in public really quickly. I have met men who would come to my stage and want to touch me in places that they're not allowed or not supposed to. Or, and that's only because that you put on a great performance, you have a lovely smile, and you go out to meet your audience. And some of them like to think that they can push the envelope just a little bit, but you have to stand your ground, be firm, and you know what? If it causes you that particular job, so be it. But you set your grounds, and trust me, you do get a lot more respect in the end for standing up for yourself. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Set your boundaries. One of the other reasons that people don't honor boundaries is because we are afraid of letting someone down. And they know it. They know when you're a people pleaser. And it shows on you. You're always afraid to say no. You say yes for everything, and these people think, oh, well, look at that. I have got somebody who's a yes man, and I'm going to take full advantage of it. So be aware of this. Fear of rejection is another reason that people don't obey boundaries, because they know that you are afraid of being rejected. Your personality shows that you want to be with the in crowd. You want to be in the mix. You don't want to be rejected by these people. And because of that, they take full advantage of the situation by pushing you around and using you as a doormat. One of the real reasons that people don't obey and honor boundaries, because some of us don't speak out. We don't call them out on their wrongdoing. So you're at home, you get a WhatsApp message. This message is a video about a joke which is quite sexual, and guess what? You're offended. How dare he sends me something like this? He has the audacity to send this to me. Is he insinuating that I would accept this? And you don't say anything. You don't kindly write back and say, hi there, I am not interested in receiving stuff like this from you. Would you kindly refrain from sending it to my phone? Simple. Because you don't do that, you don't call this person out on their wrongdoings, and voila, they take full advantage of the situation. And then you feel like a victim. But I'm here to tell you the tough way, ladies, the hard way, is that you allow this by not setting any boundaries. To me, two of the most important boundaries that we need to set are emotional boundaries and physical boundaries. Physical boundaries come from your body, your personal space, your privacy, and violations of these boundaries include inappropriate touching, standing too close, looking through your personal journal, or going through your phone. Things like this are considered physical boundaries. You really need to set the standard for where you stand with these things. Emotional boundaries would be separating your feeling from another's feelings. And the violation of that includes taking responsibility for someone else's feelings, letting someone else's opinions or feelings dictate your feelings, or sacrificing your own needs to please the needs of others. You are not a doormat, ladies. Set your boundaries. Make it clear. And I mean, even in relationships with your partner. You go out for a date with a guy and you would like him to pull your chair out as a gentleman should. And if he doesn't, you might want to give him a little hint about this. The next time you go out on a date with him, if he does not do these things for you, maybe you would want to reconsider if this is someone that you would want to spend the rest of your life with. Take things early. Set your boundaries early. It is very important, especially in relationships. Let your partner know how you feel very early in the relationship so that you can have smooth sailing later on. There's no need to compromise on your boundaries because later on in your relationship, when things have settled down and you would find that it's, not so new anymore, you would be wanting to get back into your regular ways. And because you have not set any boundaries, it will be very difficult for your partner to now accept this new person that he or she is seeing in front of them. That's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, my name is Natasha, and it's been an absolute privilege being here with you. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this topic, and I would love for you to become involved in this conversation about setting boundaries. Let me know how you have set boundaries in the past, or if you haven't, how you intend to move forward setting new and positive boundaries for yourself. So, till we meet again next week, guys, you have a fantastic one. See you soon. Ciao for now.